And you say the entire ground floor is flooded, along with some of the dormitories? Yes, but what about the convent in... Oh, you've been in touch with them. And St. Mary's. But they only have limited spaces, I suppose. Well, how many of the sisters does that leave? Well, can't they stay in a hotel or guest house? But I'm sure the other guests will respect the nuns and won't lead them down the path of destruction. Very well, Sister Agnes, but it is most unusual. I'll have to clear it with head office first. Although, I don't know what they'll make of it. Goodbye. Oh Lord, please make head office see the folly of it all and refuse this request by Sister Agnes.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home?
You can hear that noise all over the refectory.
So? Anyway, it's not noise, it's music. Good, decent music.
It's rubbish. Anyway, Brother Andrew said it's the music of the devil. And he should know. He's got a PhD.
What's that got to do with it? His PhD's in religious stuff. He wouldn't know Led Zeppelin from Status Quo.
Who?
You've never heard Philistine?
Who's Phyllis, whoever. Anyway, Taylor Swift is loads better.
Is this some sort of joke? We're having nuns staying here in the monastery.
I'm sorry, but there it is. The Lord moves in a mysterious way, and head office even more so.
But that is insane.
It will be only temporary. A few nights while the damage to the convent is assessed and hopefully repaired. I know it will mean some of us giving up our rooms and dossing down on the refectory floor, but needs must.
But what about the sin of temptation?
I'm sure we can trust both the brothers and the sisters to remember their calling.
But what about if the nuns start walking around naked? Won't it distract the brothers from their duties?
I don't think it'll come to that.
Oh.
Now, I shall be giving up my room to the Mother Superior, Sister Agnes. I expect the others to follow suit and offer up their quarters. Otherwise, I'm afraid we shall have to draw lots.
Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. What will Laura say when she finds out that nuns are staying here? She'll think that I'm being unfaithful to her. She will think that I'll be touching their bodies? And what about if any of the nuns are depraved and want me to do dirty sex to them? Laura will slap me on the willy again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I am really disappointed by the reaction of some of the brothers, although I can understand their reluctance to give up their rooms to sleep on the floor. Couldn't you help out, William?
I suppose I could always move in with Edwin. He has a spare bed. He says it's there just in case Laura gets too tired to go home so that she can stay the night.
Have you sought help for Edwin? This Laura, she's just a figment of his strange imagination, right?
I know that no one's seen her, but what about if she does exist?
But
we'll all look pretty silly then,
never
won't we?
mind. Getting back to our problem of accommodation, I suppose I shall just have to put names into a hat and draw lots.
There's just one small problem. If I do give up my room, is there a spare space somewhere where I could store my special clothes and undergarments? I hate to think of some of the nuns trying them on. Ugh! Well, at least we haven't had to give up our room for those two nuns.
I know. Good. I didn't want one of them sleeping in my bed.
Ugh! Oh, God, no! Neither did I. Ugh! Oh, God, you know, our mattresses would have smelled of perfume and stuff like that. Ugh!
Your mattress smells anyway.
Well, your mattress smells of poo.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
How do you know?
Because I farted on it last night while you were in the shower.
Spencer, you're going to hell for that.
Are we on holiday then?
No. I've told you before, our convent is flooded. We have to stay at this monastery for a few days.
Are we going to the beach?
There is no beach.
What do you mean, no beach? We're at the seaside, aren't we?
No, we're at the monastery. Yeah, just up the hill from the convent.
But I wanted to stay at the seaside. I wanted to see the sea. We always had a view of the sea when we stayed at a hotel.
Which bed do you want then?
I'll have to one further from the window. I don't want to sleep in a draught at my age. Anyway, I'll do the wee. Where's the table pot?
There isn't one.
Well, what about if I need a wee in the night?
You'll have to go to the toilet at the end of the corridor.
I don't want the other hotel guests to see me in me nightie.
I'll have to ask Mother Superior if they can find a pot for you then.
Right, now let me unpack. Oh, bollocks, I forgot to bring the frying pan with me.
I see there are some lady monks, nuns with us today. Therefore, I have looked through the Bible to see if I could talk about a woman who has done good things. but all I could find was Delilah, who robbed Simpson of his strength, and Mary Magdalene, who was the mother of Jesus. I suppose she was just a housewife who didn't do anything spectacular. So I've looked elsewhere, and I've come up with the story of someone called J.K. Rowling, or was it K.J. Rowling? Anyway, it doesn't matter. She came from a land of wizards and magic, but not all of the wizards and magic was nice. Some of it was evil, and she battled her way through with a man named Harry Potter, and in the end they defeated Smaug the dragon, and the elves and the pixies could once again live happily ever after. I must admit that I was a bit scared about preaching in front of some of the nuns. They are all married to Christ, and he wouldn't do dirty sex to them, so they're all pure. But I recognise that nuns are women, and they may have certain urges. Now, Laura sometimes gets urges, so I tell her to take a cold shower, and that usually does the trick. But I'm still worried in case some of the nuns want to take out their lusts on me. What would Laura say? She'd get very jealous, and she'd probably start an argument by accusing me of lusting after them, like I lust after the lady in the village shop, which is not true. I only have eyes for Laura, and I've not looked at any other female. But she said, what about those two drunk young women who came out of the Rose and Crown just as we were passing a couple of nights ago? And I said that I wasn't lusting after them, even though they were wearing short skirts and skimpy tops, and probably don't wear bras or pants, and probably do dirty sex with anyone behind the wheelie bins. And then Laura stormed off, and she called me. That's the end of the parable.